The recent controversy surrounding the then Miss Singapore World 2009 Miss Riz Low has risen the question, how squeaky clean must one be before joining such high-profile competitions?
Well, different pageants have different rules and regulations, but for Mr. Singapore, in fact, all contestants have to sign a 15-page contract. And one of the contracts stipulates, one of the terms stipulates that you have to be free from criminal charges, including drink driving, is what we call it. What else? Let me see. Oh gosh, it's 15-page contract. I know drink driving and underage drinking, things like that. Because, you have to be squeaky clean, of course, because what happens if you become a big celebrity, for example, and, people start to dig out this passes that you want to forget, but it's like start to come out, and it doesn't reflect very nice on everybody concerned.
How do you talk to your contestants and make sure that they've read the terms and conditions?
Well, this is something that's also very hard to control. But a lot of it depends on the contestants' honesty. So when they sign contract, when they put a tick or they declare, we take it as it is. But we do remind them from time to time that they have to be very, very honest when they fill out these forms. Because if anything, if we were to find out that they have some skeletons in the closet, we would have to, take a lawsuit against them, which is not something that what we want. Neither is it something what they want as well. So it's better for you to be upfront and honest.
Mm-hmm. You don't mind me asking, has similar situations ever arisen in the past?
Mr. Singapore? Thank God, so far so good.
Despite the recent outlash against Miss Low's unusual pronunciation and criminal record, Alan insists that contestants hoping to join future Mr. Singapore pageants will not be deterred by negative publicity, especially if they have a clean record. And while this year's pageant attracted more than 200 applicants, Alan reveals that the organisation has come a long way since its humble beginnings.
We started out as a very, very small pageant, back in 2000, and we held our very first pageant at our defunct disco club, a nightclub. And how can I tell you this? First year, we had a very, very hard time just getting 8 or 10 contestants. We literally had to beg. We begged for contestants to join. No kidding about it. And finally, when we got the first winner, we spent about 3 months grooming the contestant. And of course, he went on to win internationally. The very first Asian, let alone a Singaporean, to win an international pageant. There was International Man back in Puerto Rico in 2000. And I remember that we had a lot of people coming to us, forget it, that'll be the first and the last Mr. Singapore. They were mean. I remember that even till today. And when we had our first winner, we had people telling us that, forget it, Mr. Singapore is not going to win anything, And when we came back, he won the international pageant. People started calling...
How many contestants did he have to beat in order to win?
24. And when he came back, everyone's like, it's wonderful. I know he was going to win. Oh God, all of us are looking so much forward to Mr. Singapore 2001. I was like, huh? But, over the last 10 years, we have changed. We have grown from a very, very small event pageant into the most important male pageant in Singapore right now, nationally celebrated and recognized. And, we're just very pleased that we have become a very powerful international organization that support contestants, providing them with opportunities to advance their personal and career goals. And not only that, these contestants and winners, they are a representative of modern men. They are not ashamed to look good, to show the metrosexual side of them. And they are also... They have
brave enough to parade in swimwear at Zirka.
That's right. And
thumbs up to them, yeah?
Uh-huh. And also, they have a very strong charitable goals. In fact, we're working with Action for AIDS this year, and Mr. Singapore is going to be a spokesperson for them. We're trying to, we were tied up with Action for AIDS, trying to raise funds and help them, come together and, educate the public about HIV, sexual education and stuff like that.